Good morning. Good morning. Today is Tuesday at 10 o'clock. Maybe I'm a few minutes early because I am just always so excited. Thank you for joining me today. My name is Tina Kavergich and I am Northern Stamper. I'm a Canadian independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and I'm so glad that you are able to join me today. And it is a very exciting day. Every Tuesday for me is always so exciting. Thank you for joining me. I wanted to show you some fantastic cards I got in the mail. I'm always so excited to get cards, and I wanted to show some off to you. These are some of the Christmas cards that I participated in a swap. So I make a whole bunch of cards that are the same, and I mail them out, and other people mail me their cards. So it's kind of like Valentine's Day. So this is one of the cards that I received. I just love it. Look at that. It is beautiful. Just love it. Just using the paper and a little bit of ink. And of course, one of my favorite from my friend Laura. Thank you for sending me this. This is one of my favorite papers that I got. It is called Blackberry Beauty, and I just thought it was fantastic. Thank you for joining me. As I mentioned, I'm a Canadian independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and I am always so excited to talk with you and chat with you and craft with you. So my goodness, it has been such a very exciting weekend. We did our bingo game on Friday night. It was so much fun. I got to show you one of the cards that we made in bingo. So very simple. I do all the cutting for you, which is great, and you just kind of come along and join us and just glue us step by step. So this is one of the cards that we created. It was very simple, and it was a lot of fun. I gave away a lot of prizes, and I have another bingo game coming up in December. I have one for New Year's, and it is running December 31st, and it runs at 1 o'clock in the afternoon Eastern Standard Time for a couple of hours. And then you can go out and party and have a great time and ring in the new year. Or, if you want, I do have a very special event coming up. I have a lot of retired products. And what we're going to be doing is we are going to be using all retired products, and all the prizes are a whole bunch of stuff. I don't know if you can see them. Where is it? All the prizes are back there. There they are. That I have been collecting for the last year. So they are not in the current catalogs, but it doesn't mean we can't have fun. So that game night is December the, I want to say, is it the 9th or the 10th? I'll double check that. And it is only $20. So you get all the supplies to create some cards and win some prizes and some bingo cards you get in there. So I was kind of figuring out which cards to kind of make, and this is not one we're going to make, but this is one of the ones I kind of came up with. Well, isn't it great? I love this paper. Where is it? This paper that morning, and my friend, we decided to use this paper. It is one of my favorite. It's because it's filled with leaves and stuff like that, and I don't know if you could tell, but look at that. We use some one of the new products, which is a it pierces the paper and makes a really pretty design on the paper. It's a lot of fun. So this is something fairly simple. We're not making this card, but it looks great. I just love this. Good morning, Liz. Good morning, Sandra. I'm glad you could join me. I'd like to say hello to my friend Gail. Safe travels on her trip south. I'm going to miss you. Glad you could join us. Oh, and today is a Takeaway Tuesday. Did you get your packages? Takeaway Tuesday. I package everything out for you, and you can craft along with me for every card that I make this month. So today's package, look for the package that says November the 2nd. November the 2nd. I think I need more coffee. And that reminds me, happy birthday to my very good friend. You know who you are. You crooked little stamper, you. So November the 2nd, look for that package. We're going to be making this card. In your package, I've decided what we're going to try. We're going to give it a try this month and see how it goes. And if you enjoy it, we'll repeat this again in December. So every Tuesday in December, you will make cards. Moving into January, I might tweak it a bit, and we'll do 2 cards every week for maybe maybe $15, $20 thereabouts, but you'll get a package like this, or like this, or like this, and we will be making cards each week. You will join me along, so make sure you got your package for today. You are going to need adhesive, inks. You can use black if you have it. Today you can either use, I'm going to be using Real Red or Evening Evergreen, whichever one's kind of strikes my fancy. So I just wanted to let you know, so get those ready. And of course, I'm going to be using my absolute favorite stamp set that I have. It is called Christmas to Remember. I have used this, like, I think on every single Christmas card this year. If you're going to buy one stamp set, Christmas to Remember, I think, is the one to get. Like, look at all the great sentiments in there. It is $30, but you know what? Worth every penny. I am so glad I got this. It does come as a bundle, but you don't need to get the bundle. At least consider getting the stamp set for $30. You will not need any other stamp set for sentiments or anything like that. This is absolutely a fantastic stamp set. Stamp It Up just announced as of November the 4th, which is in 2 days, that they are having a very special starter kit kind of deal. So if you are looking at stocking up for some supplies and stuff, this is the time to get it. You can choose $135 worth of product. They've lowered the price from $135 that you spend to buy it down to $100. So they're giving you $35 off. So that's what you want to grab. I have some suggestions on what to get if you have nothing and you want to start out. A lot of people have asked me, well, what do I need to start out? You know, I have nothing. I've created a list. I'm going to show you when I bring it up on the camera mount some great ideas on how to get started. This is a great way if you are starting stamping. It is a very small investment, but you get a little bit more for your money. Or if you don't want what's on the list, contact me at northernstamper@gmail.com. I'm definitely here to help you decide and help you get the most for your money. So if you're thinking about that, that is the way to go, because I don't know about you. I used to go to the large conglomerate craft store and drop like $100 no problem on one shopping trip. So grabbing the starter kit is actually a really good deal. Also, you join my team and we do a lot of fun things. I don't know if you saw on one of my pages, I posted all of the team swaps we've done. I have a team meeting coming up on Thursday, and that's going to be a lot of fun. So, so there's always ways to add to your supply list. So this is the time to do it. $100. You only pay $100. That includes shipping, includes taxes for many of the provinces. So if you live anywhere in Canada, let me know this can apply to you. Choose $135 worth of product and only spend $100. It's a really, really good deal. So in the meantime, let's get started creating some of the cards that we've got for the Takeaway Tuesday. I got one. And I'm going to be talking a little bit. Now, today we're going to focus on Heartwarming Hugs, which is the designer series paper. And that's found in the mini catalog. Okay, I just wanted to show you. And you get a pack of 12 by 12 designer series paper. Now, this is a suggestion. Where did I put it? In the starter kit if you put it in. Okay. Grab the designer series paper, and you get 6 sheets. Now they're double-sided. Now these are just very small because I couldn't hold it all. So they're double-sided. Great colors in there. Can you see them? Fantastic designs. Flip it over and there's more. So it's really nice. We're going to be using this paper today to create one of the cards that we got. And it's on page 57 of the mini catalog. And it is $15.75. And you get 12 sheets. Double-sided. So it's, you know what, I always love getting the designer series paper. If you can't get like, I always like to purchase all of the papers in the catalog. Now many people can't do that, so what I do is I order everything and then we split it between four people, and you get it for a fraction of the cost, and that is called a paper share. And every time there's a catalog, a new launch, which is coming up soon for those that are demonstrators, don't want to meet, how excited! That comes in January. There's a new paper share coming in January. I purchased all the papers for a fraction of the cost. You can join in. So this one from the mini catalog that I did a paper share with the mini catalog. I ordered everything that was in here, all the papers, and you got a little group of 6x6 of all the papers for $50. Good price, get a little bit of everything, okay? So just to let you know, these papers are fantastic. I love it. And you know what? You can mix and match with any of the items that you kind of create with. So I'm going to show you. I had made some little, check these out, super duper. I just used the dies from the poinsettias. So you could pop that on anything and it'll look really good. Like, look at that. Like, come on. Like, there we go. Look, oh wow, that really goes. That's one thing I love about Stampin' Up. Everything is kind of coordinating. So enough yabbering about that. So let me get you up on the camera mount so we can look at our card stuff. So let's move you over. Okay, hold on. Let's see, make sure I don't want you to fall down and get a headache. So there we go. Oops. There we go. There we go. Okay. So now that we're up on here, can't quite see, but as I mentioned, my name is Tina Kavergich, Northern Stamper. I'm a Canadian independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. northernstamper@gmail.com. If you have any questions, please ask me. Reminder, so there's the kit for, you spend $100 for November only and choose $135 worth of product. So here is a little clip that you might want to get an idea of purchasing. So you can get some adhesive, Christmas to Remember, which is that stamp set, which is really, really good. So Christmas to Remember. Couple of inks. So there's the green and the red. Green and red. Red and green. Block C, which you need to have to place the stamps on. Some designer series paper, as I mentioned, your choice. Ribbon, cardstock, note cards, and envelopes. Oh, I got 2 ribbons on there. Oh, you're going to choose 2 ribbons. And some leaves, all for $135. This is a great way to start off your kit. Like I said, many people have asked me, what do I get? I highly recommend something along the lines of this kind of listing, or drop me an email at northernstamper@gmail.com. Okay? Ooh, did you see this seasonal sale? Oh, there's a sale coming. There is a sale coming on November 16th to November 18th. I wonder if that will coincide with the kits, whether you can kind of put them together. Oh, there's an idea. That's another way to expand your kit. So, let's take a look at our Takeaway Tuesday kit. Craft with Northern Stamper for November the 2nd. All right, have you got your items ready? Okay, we're going to open our kit. All right, and each little package will have everything prepared for you. Okay, this is one of my favorite. What you're going to see, there is a piece of cherry cobbler designer cardstock in there. So that is going to be our card base. Now, you may be wondering, it's only one little sheet of paper. What happened? Do I cut it? Do I score it? Do I just leave it the way it is? Okay, so we're going to leave that the way it is. There is a piece of designer series paper. Now, I like to always lay the items down first before I glue anything. One, I do that just because, one, to make sure it fits, and 2, to make sure that that's the designer series paper I want to use. Okay? So the next piece is this piece of basic white cardstock that you have in there, and this is about a 4x4, and we're going to place that right on top. Lay it down. Those that have made a type of card like this, you know what's coming next, right? There is a little square of cardstock, and this color, do you notice this color matches what is in the designer series paper? They do that on purpose. This way it always your cards will always turn out really stunning. Okay, and look at that. It even matches the little green that's in the middle. Isn't that fantastic? Oh, good morning, Corinne. Thank you for joining me. I'm glad you could make it. And that will sit on top. Okay, so look how this comes together. If you don't like this side, you know what? Flip it over. There's nothing saying that you can't do that. You can always use whatever side. Look, that side even works just as well. Not a bad idea. So now we know everything fits. So let's get started with some gluing. Are you ready for gluing? Give me a thumbs up if you're ready for gluing. Now this type of card is very easy to replicate. And if you want to make a whole bunch of Christmas cards, these will look stunning. They don't use up very much pieces of paper, and it goes a long way, and you can knock off a whole bunch of these in no time at all. So I'm going to use the green side. I really like the green, and it is Pear Pizzazz. It's a really beautiful color. So let's glue down that designer series paper onto our cardstock base. Okay, so I'm just going to add some adhesive on the back, and I love designer series paper. I know, I think that's what makes the cards. Also, you know what, the stamps do too, but I make a lot of cards just with designer series paper because I just love it so much. I find it goes a long way for a small amount of investment. Okay, so you get so much of the paper in the package that I could make quite a few Christmas cards or birthday cards or whatever, and by just using up the designer series paper. And there's also a trick and a strategy when you get your paper. It's all about how you cut it. And if you want to make the most of your paper and not have any leftovers, it's all on how you cut it. And that is a trick for another day. Oh, isn't that just like Hammy Hamster? Anybody else watch that show, Hammy Hamster? What is it? On the Riverbank? Oh, I love that show. Used to watch it a lot as a kid. So I am going to get my basic white. Now that you've glued on the designer series paper to the card base, I'm just going to put this off to the side for a minute. And I'm going to get my designer series paper, my basic white that is 4x4, and it's scored at 4 inches. Okay, so there we go. I got that in there. I'm going to take my cardstock, my Pear Pizzazz, because it matches my designer series paper, and I'm going to add some adhesive to that and place it on. Now, before I completely glue it down, you have a choice. You can wrap some of your ribbon and save some of it and wrap it around this Pear Pizzazz cardstock like this. I'm just going to add a little bit, and I'm going to just wrap it around because that's another trick to make your items go further. So I'm going to hide some of it and wrap it around. Okay, so oops, a little crooked. Oh, actually, before you do that, let's not do that yet. My mistake. Before you do that, you want to put your oh my heavens, your designer series paper on first. Otherwise, it's going to be hidden underneath. So glue down your designer series paper onto your card stock. My mistake. It happens. I am so sorry. Oh, Amanda from the UK, thank you for joining me. I hope you enjoyed creating this card. It's very simple. Now we're going to add a little adhesive to the back and wrap that around. And this is how we're going to make that ribbon, as I said, go a little further. So I'm just going to add that to the back. Okay, I've put some adhesive and it's tacked down on that. Now I can place this on the basic white cardstock that I have here. Okay, I'm going to put it, and I make sure it's not upside down. It has a nice white frame all the way around. Now, I chose white as the cardstock because there's a little bit of white in the designer series paper. And the ribbon, because I didn't wrap it completely around the white, but I did it around and tucked it in at the back, I had some leftover ribbon here, and all I'm going to do is stick it under. You can either make a bow, like let's try and make a bow. Sometimes my bow fingers don't work, so let's see how that goes. Oh, thank you, Darlene. That's so nice of you to say. I'm glad you found me too. So let me know where you're from. Okay, so we're going to make a bow. Now, one thing I found out, when you get some scissors, if you purchase some scissors from Stampin' Up, you'll notice I got a piece of ribbon. I highly recommend getting at least 2 pair. One that you can use for cutting the paper, and you'll notice I have no ribbon on this one, and this is my paper cutting scissors. And one for ribbons. Now, I only cut ribbons with these scissors so that they stay sharp, because if not, they will eventually dull and pull on the ribbon. So I'm going to keep that. So to note that these are my ribbon scissors, I wrap a piece of ribbon. So this is why you do that. Always consider, if you can, get 2 of the snips. These are fantastic scissors. And keep some for paper only and 1 set for ribbon only. And this one, the ribbon will always, the ribbon scissors will always stay sharp, because over time the scissors will dull when you use them on paper, but that's okay. They will last forever. And then you can just take them to a scissor sharpening place if they still have it. And I'm just going to add this little bow on here, like that. Oops. Here we go. Now, in your package, if you did get this, take along, there are some little leaves. Now, these are from the Poinsettia Petals dies, and you will see that they're very nicely cut out, and the impression that they get from these dies look really nice. So there should be about at least 2 or 3. And what we're going to do eventually is tuck these behind our sentiment. So I love that. They really look really nice. So Poinsettia Petals, the dies, which also make these poinsettias, is another fantastic product to get. It does come as a bundle. You can get just the dies itself like I have, or you can purchase the bundle itself. But I like these dies. I think they work really nicely. So I am not going to put this on yet, because maybe I want to put it off to the left, put it off to the right, in the center. I don't know. Let's put this off to the side a bit and look at stamping a sentiment in our tag. Okay, in your package should be a little tag. So like I said, I cut everything, and everything should be in there. So take a look in there. Whoop. And there's the little tag. Now, I think I'm going to use Evening Evergreen, because it's a little darker color. And if I look at the designer series paper, I think it will pop out and look really sharp on the white and the designer series paper. Just for an example, I am going to stamp the back of this, and then we can look and I'll show you which one, if it was in red, or which one in green that we are going to check. So like I said, Christmas to Remember is a fantastic stamp set to get. Oh, I'm just looking, Caroline. She has a 3rd pair of scissors that use for sticky stuff. Oh, that is actually a really good idea. So getting a 3rd pair of scissors for sticky stuff, like opening packages and boxes, or some, like when you cut the dimensionals and stuff like that, that would work too. Just make sure that you mark those scissors so that you don't mix them in. Okay, that's a really good tip. Thank you, Caroline, for sharing that. So Christmas to Remember, I love, like I said, I cannot tell you enough on how much I've used this. And to be honest, I've only used 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I haven't used all of them. I keep going back to the same. I really love this one that says, "Have a Holly Jolly Christmas." And you know what? I think that's the one I'm going to be using again. I love how it looks on the sentiment. So I'm going to pop that on there. So there's the sentiment. I can see that it fits actually perfect on that little tag. So I'm going to get my block, and I'm going to choose a block that is about the right size. Now that block is a little bit too small. I can see it's overhanging. So I'm going to go up a little bit. So that was a C, and let's go to a D, which is actually a pretty good size. So if you're starting out and you have no blocks, consider purchasing the D block. C is the next one. So C and D are the most popular blocks to get. But if you haven't started yet, consider getting the D block, and it's only something like $11. And let's look on here. So the C is $9.50. So the D block is, I think, $11.50. So well worth it. You're going to be using this a ton of times. So C or D. So I can see that fits, and it looks really nice. As I said, I'm going to use the red on one side and the green on the other, so you can see the difference on the cardstock on how it stands out. So I'm going to pat and turn. So the real red is one of the colors I suggest getting for Christmas. Okay, that looks really nice. Oh wow, this is going to be tough. That is really nice. I love that. Now before I move and stamp on the other side for the green, I'm going to clean off my block because I don't want to transfer any of the color. Now I'm using a little Stampin' Mist, okay, and I'm going to rub it on a Stampin' Scrub. Now there is also the chamois, which is $11, but I prefer the Stampin' Scrub because it gets in between all the nooks and crannies, and I find it cleans much better. So worth the investment, okay? You know, you can always, it's up to you, but to get the most for your money, I am here to definitely help you because your situation may be different from another person, so it's best to figure out what is good for you to get. All right, so there is the Evening Evergreen. I love that color. Dark green looks fantastic. So I'm just going to show you a sample. So there it is on the dark green. I hope you can see that. And if I turn it over, and there's the real red. Both sides, I got to tell you, look fantastic. Love them. But when I place it on the card base, it's going to look great. It really is. Oh, look, see, I'm going to put it off to the side there. They look great. Now, I'm going to just flip this over. For me, the green stands out a little bit more. So that is what I want to use. Okay? Now, as I mentioned, in your packages are some of the poinsettia leaves. What I'm going to do is just kind of glue them on the back of this sentiment. Okay, now I want my sentiment to overhang a little bit, so when you open it, because I stamped on the back, I'm going to have to make sure that I hide this extra stamping part over. So I'm going to take one of the leaves and I'm just going to kind of hide it like that, and I'm going to use, where'd you go? I like to call them convincing dots, but they're not called convincing dots. They are little glue dots. And I'm just going to hide that in there on one. Okay, so that when I have it hanging over, when you open it, you don't quite see it. So there's another one I'm going to put in. Okay, get my little dot, add it on there. Oops, I think I've come into the end. Whoops. Put the adhesive on, splay it a little bit. So when I turn over, that's going to look fantastic. Now, I got another leaf here, so I might as well add that. Okay. And I like to add 3 leaves, so I'm going to, oh, I guess that one wants to stay right there. Fantastic. Okay. So, there we go. And that looks actually really nice. I think I'm going to, maybe it's a little bit too, there we go. Oh, that's even better. Here we go. I want to make sure that the leaves don't overhang too much, like beyond the card base. Now, if you want to make this stepped up a little bit more, you can get some little, these are little embellishments. These are little red embellishments. Let's see, what else have I got in my little pile of goodies? I'm seeing what else I have. Sometimes I keep them in my bin. Let's see what I got in here. Can I add anything? I thought I had some gold leaves that I had suggested that you purchase, like on this list. These leaves, they're gold leaves. I can't seem to put my hands on them at the moment, but they're fantastic, and I would have tucked a few in, and that would look really nice. So add some embellishments. So let's place this onto our card base. Okay, so there it is. It's going to open. I'm going to add my adhesive on the back. Like I said, I like to put things together and then glue it down just to make sure. Have you heard the saying, you know, measure twice and cut once? It's kind of the same. Assemble a couple of times and move them around and then glue it down. So I'm going to get my dimensionals. Dimensionals are always good to have. They're really cheap. They are $5.50, so get a whole bunch of these. Now I'm going to put it on the sentiment tag, not on the leaves, because remember I'm having these hang over a little bit. So let's place that on. Okay, are you with me? I hope I'm not going too fast for those that have the little kit. Now I can place it underneath on the ribbon or on top. So I'm going to just place it on top because I like that ribbon. Press it down a little bit. My leaves are overhanging a little bit, so that kind of gives a really great idea. Oh, this one's overhanging a little bit too much. So let's kind of convince him a little bit up a little bit more. So I'm going to help him, convince him with a dimensional. Okay, go like that. Put the dimensional underneath and press it down. Oh, yeah. There you go. So there's the card for those that have the little package. Take a look to see in your supply pack what you have. Can you add some little embellishments like these little red dots? So where can I place these? I can place them over there. I'm just going to slide them off and kind of put them on here a little bit. Okay, there we go. Should I put one over here, over there, over there? There we go. Oh, I'll put one over here. There we go. This reminds me of a joke. Why do teenage girls always travel in odd numbers? You know, 3, 5, 7. Because you have to remember this in a Valley Girl accent. Oh, like even we won't do that, or something like that. Oh, even. Oh, that's a really bad joke. I can't even tell you it. Anyways, so those that have purchased the packages, these are the Take Along package for November. The ones for December, the sign up is already ready for the December Take Along packages. So the November ones filled up really quick, so you might want to get in on the December ones. So they're $10, and there's a card for each week that we're going along. So as I mentioned, the Christmas to Remember is a really good stamp set to grab for any of the Christmas cards that you're making. So I wanted to show you again from our bingo what we created. So there you go. Look, there's that Christmas to Remember stamp. And next week, don't forget, those that have the package, we are going to be doing the November 9th takeaway. So I really like this card. You know what? Let's finish this up together with a sentiment on the inside. Because when we open that, let's have something in there. Oh, why not? Okay, so I'm going to get my sentiment, my block D. Now, I made it on an angle just to get it in there. So let's get that Evening Evergreen. Let's finish up this card and do the inside. Okay, and I have it inked up carefully, straight up and down, press a little bit, and lift. Oh, that looks really nice. Doesn't that look really nice? I love it. If you want to step that up even more, you can always do that by let's see what we got. We can always step that up by, oh, let's try this. We can add a little bit of that. We can, let's see. Should we add that? Let's see what else we got. We got some stars. We could put some stars in. So there's that. Oh, we can add, look, this little Christmas tree in the corner. Oh, that would look really cute. You know, you can do so many things with this. Okay, let's try that little Christmas tree. Okay, now I don't have another green, so I'm going to have to use this green here, this evening evergreen. Now, if I don't want it so dark, I'm going to stamp off. Make sure it's stamp off, and then stamp on here. There we go. So it's a little lighter. Oh, doesn't that look great? And oh my goodness. Okay, I'm going a little off the grid here. I'm going to use this real red and pop on a star. Let's do that. These are just some ideas, some extra ideas that you can do. So let's do that. Okay. We'll add that to the top of the tree. Looks great. Love it. So that looks really nice. I like that. Oh, man. And you know what? You want to do your envelope too. So let's get our envelope and let's add some stuff to that. So we got our card and our envelope. So let's add some trees to the envelope. I'm going to add one to the front. Don't want a naked envelope. And I'm going to turn it over. And I'm going to do a bunch of trees on the back. And as I go along, you'll notice I just keep using the same ink. All right, there we go. Oh, look at that. Let's see, I can do another one here. I'll do one here. And one off to the edge. And we'll add one little Christmas star in red to the front. So it looks like it's all one piece. Oh my goodness, I'm so excited. Yes, Liz, I am very excited. I get so, oh dear. Okay. Well, apparently I was so excited, I pressed a little bit too hard. But that's okay. I'll put that together. There we go. It's a handmade card. And I'm going to stick this together. And there is our package. Oh, I love it. I love it. I think it's great. Don't you think? I think it looks great. Anyways, hold on. I want to say proper goodbye. Take a look at that. Oh, what color of green was I using? That was Evening Evergreen, the really dark Evening Evergreen. I love that color. One of my favorite colors from the new In Colors. Definitely get it. Hey, look. It's on the list of adding it to your starter kit. $10.25. Can't go wrong with that. Anyways, if you have any questions, I'd be happy to hear from you. If you want to get started with some supplies, northernstamper@gmail.com. I am so glad that you joined me. Join me next week as we do another card. Takeaway Tuesday, November the 9th. And don't forget, I'm going to post the link for the December takeaway up above. I only make so many packages, so sign up and you don't want to miss it. Have a great day, and don't forget, post your pictures in the community page that I have, which is a VIP group. I'd love to see what you're making. Bye-bye. Take care.